Hi guys, welcome to Brains and the Beat. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're oldie but goodie, thank you for staying tuned to your girl. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 news topics that have been going on. And the first one is the elderly mechanic that died from falling out of the apple tree. The next one is going to be the disbarred attorney charged again for fraud. And then the next one is going to be Manchester cops charged for fraud by MOCA. Get into the first one. Tragedy struck on Good Friday in Prospect St. Mary when an elderly man who was picking apples fell to his death from a tree. The deceased's name has been identified as 64-year-old Lenworth Walker, otherwise called Mickey, a mechanic of St. Mary Country Club in the parish. The police report that about 5:45 p.m., Walker was in an apple tree when the branch that he was on broke and he fell to the ground. He sustained several injuries and was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police are investigating the incident. I feel like that is a freak accident and there's no need to investigate, but they have to do their due diligence and actually investigate. And everybody loves them apple time now in Jamaica, and we saw a lot of that when we visit. People were selling apples on the side of the road. I know a lot of Jamaicans abroad are saying they couldn't tell when last them ate an apple, and they would definitely climb an apple tree if them see it right now and drop out just like this man did. But condolence goes out to his family, friends, and for whoever he was picking those apples. He lost his life picking the apples for you, or probably he was picking them for himself. So the next one we're going to be talking about is Arlene Beckford, who was struck off the list of persons authorized to practice law in Jamaica in 2016 and was convicted of fraud charges earlier this year, has been charged for obtaining money by means of false pretense by investigators from the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency. The disbarred attorney, who resides in Bounty Hall District, Trelawney, was granted bail on Tuesday, April 16, when she appeared in Trelawney Parish Court. As a condition of her bail, Beckford was ordered to report to Wakefield Police Station every Monday. Beckford is to return to court on November 11, 2019, when the case is next to be mentioned. According to a release from MOCA last week, the allegations are that between March and April of 2018, the complainant met and spoke with a woman only known to him as Selena, who stated she was a sales clerk for Integrated Trade and Service Solutions, which is a company owned by Beckford. The complainant expressed his desire to purchase one of some houses that Selena reportedly had for sale. He was told by Selena that he would need to make a deposit of 20% of the total cost of the house, and he agreed. The sum of $2 million was subsequently paid to Selena by the way of manager's check to an account of Integrated Trade and Service Solutions. However, the complainant became suspicious when he was unable to make contact with Selena months later. So you've been in constant contact with these persons. They say you gotta pay down 20% of the home before you get to actually move into the house. And that's how, if you're buying a property, that's how it goes. You have to put down between 10 and 20% of the house value. So he probably thought that was what they normally do, and it's right, and no red flags were given because he was in constant contact with the person. But after paying that $2 million, the person that he was talking to disappeared. And I would complain also. The matter was then reported to MOCA, and after further investigations, it was revealed that Beckford was connected to the Integrated Trade and Service Solutions. Further investigations also unearthed that she was already before the court for allegedly obtaining money by means of false pretense. Beckford was contacted and a question and answer session was held in the presence of her attorney. MOCA said that during the session she could not give reasonable account for the money that had been deposited by the complainant in her business account. Beckford was arrested on April 11th and later charged. The disbarred attorney had several brushes with the law prior to her latest arrest on fraud charges. In January this year, she was found guilty of fleeing the St. Catherine couple of $1.8 million that they paid as a deposit on a house in 2012. The trial lasted 2 years in Kingston and St. Andrew Court. Beckford was then charged with 1 count of fraudulent conversion for diverting the couple's down payment to her personal use. 4 other complaints by persons who had accused Beckford of defrauding them were, however, dismissed after prosecutors offered no further evidence in relation to those matters. Beckford's bail was extended until April 17, 2019, when she was scheduled to be sentenced. It is not clear if a sentence was handed down in relation to her on that date. So she's out on bail and she's supposed to be getting sentenced in April for another case. This just shows you how messed up Jamaica's legal system and judicial system is. How can somebody that has been charged and for a crime, not yet sentenced, get bail on another crime that they have committed? That don't make any type of sense, and that's why people need to be careful. And I'm trying to figure out if these are people that actually from overseas that were trying to buy property in Jamaica and that's how she got to scam them, or these are regular Jamaican citizens that are just getting scammed. I can see how people can get scammed. They are located overseas and don't have boots on the ground to actually go into the offices of these places, look up their backgrounds, do a Google search and stuff like that. They're very trusting, and you can't be trusting of people when you're talking about business and money, especially where these attorneys are concerned in Jamaica. She is not the only one that have been recently disbarred for stuff like this. So Jamaicans need to be very, very careful when dealing with these attorneys. They used to be very truthful and honest, and they can get you out of a bad situation. Now they are liars and they will stick you in a bad situation and take your money just like that. So you need to be very careful when dealing with these lawyers. Then the next one we're going to be talking about is the Manchester cop charged for fraud by MOCA. A police constable assigned to the Manchester Police Division is to return to court next month to answer fraudulent related charges again after he allegedly failed to provide items to 2 inmates despite him being given close to $40,000 by a relative last year. Constable O'Neill Hart was arrested and charged on Monday, April 8 for obtaining money by false pretense by detectives from the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency. According to a release from MOCA, he was offered bail when he appeared before the Manchester Parish Court. The agency did not release the date of the court appearance, but stated that the accused will return to court on Friday, May 10th. Police reports are that on September 5th last year, the complainant's brother and another man were placed in custody after being charged for illegal possession of a firearm. Constable Hart reportedly approached the complainant following day and told her that he could assist in getting certain necessities to her brother in custody. According to MOCA, the complainant stated that she agreed and gave Constable Hart a total of $40,000 between September 6th and September 11th. However, her brother and the other man did not receive these items as agreed. Following investigation into the incident, a file was prepared and submitted to the Office of Public Prosecution, who ruled that the Constable O'Neill Hart be charged for breaches of Larceny Act. Meanwhile, the MOCA is continuing to remind members of the public who may have any information that could assist in any investigation to call the agency at 876-906-6318 or 1-800-CORRUPT or by email at moca@jcf.gov.jm. So this man was illegally getting stuff into the prison system. And that's why a lot of people say when you go to jail, it's just like you're outside, because you can get whatever you get outside in the prison cell, basically. Even though it's the best, not the best living condition, you can still be a free man and do as you so please in there. You can come out at night, go to roam the streets, get pum pum, come back before it's time, the shift change or whatever, and you live your life. And once you have enough money to pay these corrupted police officers, and that's just what it is. You have good police officers, you have bad police officers. You're gonna have bad ones that are going to spoil the whole bunch, and that's just what it is. Us as Jamaican people just have to get the bad ones out of the bunch and deal with it in a manner where good police officers are promoted and well paid, and they don't have to do criminal activities to feed them family. Anyways, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.